Oh boy, hey cuties, PeachY here, welcome back to a new video, and in this video we're going over everything we know so far of Moonspell Magic, the Monster High G3 spin-off line coming out later this year. So stay tuned, like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, consider becoming a channel member today, link to join is down below if you're able to, of course, no pressure, and so you do not miss out when I post more doll tea coming your way. But for now, let's get into it. Of course, we already heard of Moonspell Magic happening this year thanks to users seeing Mount on Twitter sharing their continuous updates on this spin-off line, but now we have a brand new account that's sharing descriptions and information on Moonspell Magic. And of course, we also have a brand new fan-made concept art by the Stella Brown on Twitter as well that we're going to be using as reference here. But before we get into all the nitty-gritty details and information, let's go over some suspicious looking evidence that we have so far. Like with this head that apparently was found on Taobao or something, it just looks fake. I mean, the way that the lips are so like pouty and the cheekbones are like, you know, like it's too much. It's like this would never be the actual head sculpt that they would use. Like, I mean, listen, if this actually is real and whatever, hey, we don't know right now. Everything we're talking about are basically rumors, unconfirmed. But I really doubt that this is, first of all, even a legit picture. Second of all, what they would use for this line. But this is really the picture that has been circulating the internet on Twitter. This seems to be a picture of a picture of a picture of a picture of a It's like Inception. It's Inception. These leaks are like pictures of pictures of pictures of a picture of a potato on a camera, on a monitor, on a laptop, on a security ring cam footage, on like it's endless. It's like it's just so questionable. And on top of it, now we have the question of, is anything real? Is it AI enhanced, generated? Like it's ridiculous. So this picture here, I don't know if it's real, but to be fair, remember when we had the first leak of G3 Genifier? That picture was also very suspicious looking, and that ended up being like legit how the doll looked like of Genifier. So similar situations, but and similar stories that apparently both were found on monitors in like toy stores or whatever. What even is this story like found on in a toys? What do you mean in a toy store? Like, I just don't even know. So yeah, is this real? I don't know. I cannot tell you. It looks suspicious as heck. It looks like part of it, if not everything, was all of it was like AI generated or enhanced or manipulated in some way. I don't know, but if Genifier's picture, it also looks suspicious, but that really was the doll. Is this how the doll will look like? I don't know. I don't think so. I think this is more likely just fake. It feels to me like someone just created this image with AI. Like, it doesn't feel real, but hey, you know, again, it could end up being real. I don't think it is. I don't think it is real. Like, personally, I think it looks a bit too suspicious, like, you know, but I guess only time will tell. Now, these next ones I'm pretty sure could be real because they kind of look like similar other pictures we've had in the past of like body parts spawning up in like random websites or just random shoe molds, right? It's not uncommon for these types of pictures to happen. So like the legs in purple, okay, it could be real. The hand in purple could be real, but from what I understand, this spin-off line might be doing like brand new body types. I don't know if they're going to be using the G3 body types that we already have. Probably they will, but like they might have new hand sculpts. Like, we don't know how much of this is really new and how much of this is just like reusing Monster High G3 body sculpts and face sculpts, and you know, like it could be different, you know. But these boots do look kind of legit, especially because they fit perfectly with one of the characters that we'll get into later. But again, for now, just treat all of this as rumors and just take it with a grain of salt, because none of this is confirmed, and apparently we won't know for sure what Moonspell magic will actually look like until fall. So it'll be a while. Now, apparently we already have like Target listings that are floating around in, Target and Walmart systems. The barcodes apparently were able to be scanned. So of course now the actual names, descriptions here of the listings don't actually say Moonspell magic. That's because obviously they gotta be covert. They gotta be, sneaky, right? But so clairvoyant here, for instance, that is a code name of one of the characters. So it is very much Moonspell magic, like these kind of like miscellaneous random looking listings on these store systems. They seem to be for Moonspell magic because again, the barcodes work and they already exist, which makes sense because these things already get prepared and set up way in advance, right? So this is promising that again, these will be mass produced and available in most stores. And it seems that, if these listings are already like circulating, right, then perhaps we will get like better pictures. I mean, again, fall is a bit, it's a bit far. So I don't think we'll get like official photos until like summer because we just started the new year. Now, all of this new information is coming from this account on Twitter called Moonspell Magic. Now, apparently they have some insider information, these early images that have like names on the front. So they don't want to share them because they don't want to get anyone in trouble. So they're just kind of like sharing descriptions of the characters and some more information instead. Also, they mentioned they don't want to ruin the surprise because apparently this will be like a big deal for Monster High. They're going like full on out with a full-on premiere because yes, there will be a new animated series for this spin-off line. It will be 6 episodes long, debuting on September 4th, and each episode, I'm assuming debuting on YouTube, will be about 8 minutes long. So this is kind of like a special, basically, of like animated episodes, kind of like tackling this entire new cast of characters. And basically they're going to be explaining in the series like how Cupid and why she's introducing Draculaura and Layla, another newcomer, to Moonspell magic. Like, why is Cupid transferring schools once again? Like, it'll be interesting to see all of this. Now, apparently Glenda Chu will be behind the playset that will come with the Draculaura doll for Moonspell magic, but apparently Liv, the designer, will be behind mostly all of Moonspell magic as a line. So, and if you don't know Liv, the designer, Mattel has designed G3 Scalita, Nephra, and other, I believe, like Fangbo Caddy. So she's behind other releases for, previously at Monster High. So it seems like this will be kind of like, it will be her project mainly, and she will be kind of in charge mainly of most characters. So yeah, this is interesting. Again, also some of these characters will have like expressions and brand new face sculpts, I'm pretty sure. But now let's get into the kind of backstory lore that we know so far, the story of Moonspell magic. So the main heroine is Claire de Luna, who symbolizes moon magic. Karina Song is her rival, practicing sun magic. Willow Thorne is the oldest in the group, acting as a mediator, kind of like a mentor figure probably, and her magic is related to nature. Layla Stone is the newcomer to the group, brought to Moonspell by Cupid. Layla strives to develop her magic and studies at Moonspell High. Cupid also introduces Draculaura to the new school where witchcraft magic is taught. So you can kind of get a sense that Layla Stone, that like the name implies, her magic will be focused on crystals, and of course Draculaura's magic will be focused on witchcraft. So right away you can tell that this is very, very interesting because every character has a specific origin of magic that they are practicing, nature, sun, moon, crystals, witchcraft. Like, it's all magic, but it's all different types of magic, and it makes sense that I guess it makes sense that Cupid would be the one to kind of introduce basically 2 characters to Moonspell High, because Cupid is a fantastical being. She's a magical creature. She is a goddess. She's inspired by Cupid, right? So it makes sense that so she has those origins of being like a mythological creature. So it's not wrong. It feels right that she would be the one to be like, introduction to a brand new, never before heard of high school that teaches different kinds of magic. So I think the plot here, it's kind of intriguing. I have to say, I am intrigued to say the least. Let's hope that they actually do something cool with this, you know, in the story, in the series, which again, I'm assuming will be debuting on YouTube. I'm just hoping that they have an interesting animation style and it will not just be the same kind of like stop motion looking style that they've had for the music videos that, you know, from G3. If that's the animation style that they're going for, I don't know, that's just a bit boring to me. Hopefully they have like a cool 2D animation style or just like some kind of new aesthetic, because this is a spin-off line after all, and I do think they want to make it feel different, right? Okay, starting off with the descriptions for the characters' outfits, we have Claire. She has light purple with dark blue hair and two ponytails similar to the Draculaura design from Schools Out. We have crescent-shaped hair clips. She wears a top reminiscent of Draculaura's first base G3 and jeans with stars and a foil-covered moon. Sharpened ears similar to elf ears. So that is interesting. So I guess her like creature origin is an elf. I'm liking that we're not just like, they're not monsters like specifically, but perhaps these characters are also like other kind of like origins of like again, like folklore, mythological creatures. Like, again, she could be an elf. Like, that's just so fun. Like, it, you know, like really cool because apparently I think all of them are different creatures aside for one character who is human. But her design seems to be really nice so far. And again, reminder that the concept art that you're seeing on screen right now with every character as we go through each of them, this is not official. This is fan-made concept art by @user the Stella Brown on Twitter. So just reminder, it's not official. I'm just using this artwork as a reference to kind of show you what we might expect to be getting. So all credits go to Stella Brown. Thank you for sharing. But next up, we have Layla. And now she is the human. Gasp. I know, she's the human amongst these fairy tale creatures. So Layla, a person with natural skin tone, curly red hair, and glasses. She has an outfit that includes a long-sleeved shirt, a skirt, a black checkered coat, and a cardigan. She's the only one with a magic wand. She's not a mythological creature like the others. So interesting. Again, she's a human from what I gather. They're not, you know, they're just not straight up saying it, but she's a human. She's the human here. So I do like how not all of them are humans like we thought, you know, but one of them is a human, and she practices, again, they don't mention this here, but she practices crystal magic. So that's why she has a wand, because I'm guessing it's like a crystal inspired wand. So it's, oh my gosh, that's actually so fun, because like, it totally makes sense that the only character who's human would have a wand, right? Like, because, you know, we're always like using wands and stuff. So maybe the other characters don't need wands because they are mystical creatures. You know, they, you know, conjure up their magic from elsewhere, or they don't need to have a wand, you know, to use magic. So, you know, because like Draculaura doesn't have a wand and she does witchcraft magic. So it's really interesting that the only human character is the only one here that specifically they mention has a wand. Okay, moving on, we have Willow, and she's tall with dreadlocks similar to Venus, a central parting and two strands connecting at the back. Her style is airy, a long sweater and skirt reminiscent of Laguna Refresh from Wave 2. She has a piercing on her stomach. Her skin is brown with a tree-like texture, a mix of dark green, light pink, and brown. Okay, wow, that's a lot of colors. It seems that she might be similar looking to Cedar Woods from Ever After High, but just perhaps G3, kind of like a version of that character. So this is interesting. Again, her magic is nature, so it makes sense that she will be kind of like a mystical creature that's perhaps like I guess like tree inspired, right? So that is very fascinating. And just hearing already that she's gonna have like, you know, like similar hair texture to Venus, like with the locks, that's very exciting. That kind of like color combination of her skin tone and like her outfit, the designs, it feels so good already, and I feel like she's gonna look amazing. But moving on, we have Karina. She is tanned with an orange skin tone, light blonde hair with pink and orange accents. Her top resembles Cleo's base G1 outfit, and she has a pencil skirt with side pleats and a tie. She looks like a solar goddess with a flower brooch on her clothes. So this is exciting. Again, we don't know if she's like a fantastical creature. I mean, it sounds like she might be a fantastical creature, but like what her creature origins are specifically, we don't know, but it sounds like she is definitely very magical for sure. Like I can already imagine like how she will look. And also people were mentioning that her design is very similar to G3 Phoenix's design from the animated series on Nickelodeon. You know, we had a new character called Phoenix and she never got a doll, but it is very similar color scheme wise, those two characters. So, you know, it would be kind of fun if this character Karina was actually Phoenix in disguise when she's not a pop star. Like that would actually be a really fun twist to do it. But I don't think so. She might just be a brand new character that just happens to have a similar color scheme to Phoenix from G3. So, you know, whatever. But overall, I think she might be most people's favorite because of the color scheming here. And, you know, I really just hope that the dolls look even just remotely similar to the concept art here, the fan-made art. Because if they do, I feel like we would all be so pleased because the art looks so good. But I think we need to remember that this is just fan-made art. The actual dolls will look different. We have to prepare ourselves. But hopefully, again, they look different in the best way possible. And lastly, we have Cupid here. Now she will have curly hair with a fringe, puffed sleeve shirt, and a white vest, and she will be wearing a pleather pair of shorts. Her wings will be different. They will be more spread out, so it's going to be a new mold. Her skin color will be the same like the previous doll, and her eyes will be looking off to the side. So it seems like for the most part, she will have a completely new design, including a new expression. Just perhaps the thing that will look the same will be the hairstyle. I really hope not, because obviously on the G3 Core Cupid doll, her hairstyle was a mess. You know, it just did not turn out as well as it looked on the stock photos, as we all know. So hopefully on this new doll of hers, she will have a better looking curly hair texture. If it's the same kind of like ponytail, hopefully that they do it better. We don't have a description for Jey Hologra's doll because I'm assuming, I guess her doll will be the exclusive doll in the playset. So maybe that will be her only doll release for Jey Hologra. She will be playset exclusive, or maybe she will get an individual doll release in this spin-off line. I'm assuming she will because it's Jey Hologra. Like they're not gonna just lock her behind a playset. Like no, Mattel will do her in a playset, and they will probably also give her an individual release because again, they know that Jey Hologra sells the best. But anyway, the expressions on the faces will be unique. For Willow and Layla, they will be smiling. Claire, Cupid, and Karina are cute, and they will be kind of like a neutral expression. So body types, Karina will have a body type similar to Cleo. Claire is petite, like Twyla. Willow is the tallest in the group, like Frankie, and Layla is a standard body type, similar to Claudine or Laguna, I'm assuming. So this is, again, all that we know so far for Moonspell Magic, the descriptions of the characters. A first look at the fan-made artwork by D. Stella Brown, kind of giving us a first impressions of what the characters might end up looking like. And of course, we have information on who the designers will be. Liv apparently will be the designer behind most of Moonspell Magic. Glenda Chu will be responsible for the playset. Yeah, apparently new episodes will be coming out, debuting on September 4th. There will be 6 episodes in total. Each will be 8 minutes long. I'm assuming will be coming on YouTube. Yeah, that's all we know so far. New characters, really cool concepts so far. I'm liking the ideas. Again, the designer who did Skeleta is doing these dolls, and she also did Nephra. So I have a lot of hope, and I have a lot of faith in this designer, Liv, because again, Skeleta, Nephra, those are 2 amazing dolls. So fingers crossed. Girl, like, ooh, it sounds good, but let's remember all of this could also turn out to be fake, and the person who just, posted this information might turn out to not have actually reliable, we just don't know, right? This is all these are all rumors right now. We just, but yeah, let's fingers crossed. This is all legit, and that these characters will really look like this, and that they have these body types, expressions on the faces that hopefully the designers who are, hopefully all that information is real, because that gives me faith and hope that this will turn out to be like a really cool and fun spin-off. Like it could actually be amazing and perhaps even warrant its own completely individual line, like separate from Monster High. So, because I would also just be happy with the 4 new characters. Like, I don't think we need to have Draculaura or Cupid here. It feels like really those 2 characters are just there to kind of like serve as a, as a segue from Monster High into this new kind of like, world. But it does feel like this could be its own thing if it does well enough. But again, fingers crossed, this is all true. But for now, just remember to take it with a grain of salt. And that was all of the tea I had for you today. I hope you all enjoyed, and let me know what you think down below. Leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, consider becoming a channel member today. Link to join is down below if you're able to, of course. No pressure to support a channel, and so you do not miss out when I post more content like this coming your way and keeping you up to date with all the doll tea you love. Stay safe, be kind. I hope this next time, stay peachy. Kisses.